If you haven't watched our previous video highlighting our full range on DIY and industrial vinyl cutters, then I urge you to go and do so. There's a lot of good information that you need from that video to understand what these cutters in front of me will be doing. So today's video, we're going to be highlighting everything about our specialized vinyl cutters. Let's get straight into it. So first on our list here, in front of me, we've got the V-Auto film cutter. Now, this thing is quite nice and small. It'll fit anywhere on a desk, which is fantastic. Now, basically what this thing is made for is you go on, plug it in, connect it to your internet or Wi-Fi that you've got, and then from there, you select what model phone you have, load your film, then cut it, and then you can apply it to your cell phone. So this thing is quite neat. It doesn't need any other computer to run. Everything is run off its full color touchscreen display that we have here on top, and that will do everything that you need. And that's all that needs to be done. Now, some really cool, interesting things is that once you buy this machine, you've got an access to over 1,000 different shapes and models for cell phones and tablets up to 1 year that will have to be renewed. So any cell phone that you can think of or tablet, it will be already loaded here on the screen once you connect to the Wi-Fi, and from there all you got to do is touch which one you want and the machine does it for you. Another cool thing is it comes with this anti-slip mat, so that if you're going to be doing smaller ones, then you have the use of this mat as well. And that's basically it for this little cutter. Now the next one we're heading over to is our V-Auto vinyl cutter. And this one over here, you load in your A3 sheets from the back side over here with your AR marks already for vinyl cutting. And you can even load up to multiple sheets at a time. This machine then will suck in one at a time and cut one label at a time until the sheet is finished, and then you can take it out the front. This machine also comes with a nice LCD display on the right hand side, which allows you to select all the options for cutting. So some other cool features about this machine is that it comes with a Corel Draw plugin. So that's going to allow you to do your print and cut options directly with Corel Draw. Export it to this machine. You're going to go ahead to that panel over there, select how many pages you're going to do, load in, let's say 50 pages at a time, and it will continuously feed one page at a time until the job is done. Which now means that if you're going to be doing this kind of runs with labels, you no longer have to walk up to your vinyl cutter, move it to the next AR mark and push cut. So this is going to allow you a lot of time which you're not going to waste having to walk up and down with your other vinyl cutters. So it's going to pick up your registration marks and go straight to cutting, and you don't have to do anything else. And that's basically it for this cutter in front of us. And last but not least, this brings us to our next option here, and this is our flat cut tabletop edition vinyl cutter. Now, there are two sizes available. We have the one that's in front of us, which is 35 by 40, and then we also have our standalone one that is going to give you a much bigger size, and that's a roll-to-roll bed that's going to be a bigger size for cutting. And that is basically it for the two sizes. So we're going to get straight into the features of both of these, and that's going to start off with the fact that this is a flatbed. Now, when I say flatbed, there's no rolls involved. There's no rolling up of anything. You're going to take your vinyl, put it down on the bed, switch on the machine, and the vacuum table that's included with this really nice industrial vacuum fan is going to suck down the material so that you can get a more precise cut and not have pinch rollers that leave indentations in your vinyl, as well as every single time you've got a pinch roller and a pinch roller, you've got media in between. There's nothing holding it down between the two pinch rollers on a normal vinyl cutter, which then doesn't give you a perfect, accurate cut. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more precise, that you're going to do smaller jobs, then this is going to give you the most accuracy out of your cutting compared to all other vinyl cutters, purely because it's being vacuumed flat to the table instead of a roll to roll through pinch rollers. Another cool feature about this is that it's a kilo in pressure, and it's got 2 blade head, which allows you to do 2 different functionalities at once. you can go ahead and select blade number 1 to do cutting and blade number 2 to do creasing. Or you can have it so that it cuts out a certain area instead of just waiting for it to be finished and cutting it off your cutter. Maybe your customer wants each individual areas cut with its own rectangle and then the vinyl cut separately so they can peel it off and stick it. So that way you can have 2 different settings per blade and not have to put your vinyl back in and do the second time around, so that you can cut your vinyl out instead of it doing by hand. Another cool feature about this flatbed is that it allows you to do other options besides just doing vinyl. You can go ahead and put thin layered cardboard, not corrugated cardboard, and you could go ahead and use the second blade as a creasing blade so that you have fold lines to make boxes, which is something that you could use to fold up boxes and make boxes for your end product to ship out to your customer. And that's going to give you a good advantage against other people without this machine. Now that's it for this version here and this size. I want to head on to the bigger version of this and show you what's really cool about it. So we're here in front of our other flat cut. This is our bigger version to what I showed you just now, and I want to show you all the cool features about this one over the one that sits on top of your table. The first thing we're going to talk about is the bed itself. Now this is also a vacuum bed, and what this has over the other one is it rotates forward or backwards. So that means if you have something that's bigger than this vinyl that's here in front of us, when it's finished cutting this, the bed's going to roll and it's going to move over to our next section. And let's just say this is a continuous vinyl. That means you can continuously start cutting without having to move the head, move to your next job. It's going to do it for you. And that's one of the cool features. The next feature is the fact that at the back of the machine, it has a roller so that you can put on your printed roll of vinyl, feed it through the machine, and then it comes out into the catchment tray, which then doesn't get scratched along the floor and protects your jobs. And that's basically what the biggest differences are between this one and our tabletop flat cut. And that is it for our flat cut range. And there we have it. This is our specialized vinyl cutter range. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this. And as always, don't take my word for it. If you want to see these in action, come on over to our showroom here at AM and see them working the way they should so that you can make that decision for yourself. And thank you for watching.